All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to another Brap rant. I haven't done a rant in a ramp. I haven't done a rant in a couple weeks, and I want to do a quick rant this evening, this beautiful Friday evening. Thank God it's the weekend. That's all I got to say about that. And to the weekend, crack open a beer. Salute. All right. All right, guys, we've got a lot of great news to talk about. By the way, excuse me, great award show last night, by the way. Jeff Keighley, big shout out to Jeff Keighley. This was by far the best award show that I can remember since Jeff has been doing the award shows. Give me a sec here, guys. I got to adjust my mic settings. I mean, this is really the best work that they've done since they've been doing the award shows, and I thought the pacing was great. A lot of the previews. I mean, talk about big announcement, guys. I mean, we saw a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and then we saw really I guess if you want to call it the official reveal of Xbox Anaconda, which is the Xbox Series X, or Xbox Sex as I call it. And that just, I mean, I think my only complaint would have, I thought maybe Jeff should have had that announcement towards the end of the show. I thought that would have been just a great way to close out the show. But wow, I mean, no one expected, that. I mean, that was just like, holy shit. Where did that come from? So, anyhow, I wanted to do a quick rant to talk about the Xbox One. I'm sorry, I'm calling it the Xbox One because I'm used to calling it the Xbox One because I have been calling it the Xbox One for the last 6 years. But I want to talk about the Xbox Series X, or Xbox Sex as I call it. As of right now, it is the most powerful console, 12 terabytes. Teraflops, excuse me. 12 teraflops of power. Some people are calling it the Tower of Power. We saw a Xbox Series X launch game, presumably, I presume that it's going to be a launch game in Senua Saga. Can't even talk today. What's up, Hazard Man? Hazard Man says Xbox Series X is what you wish you had, Pip. No, it is not what I wish I had. I mean, look. It's a hell of a console. I mean, it's powerful. We know that. But I have moved on from Xbox. I'm still in the Xbox ecosystem, but now I am focused on playing Xbox games on my PC. I love my PC, and I will definitely be the money that I would have spent on an Xbox Series X. And by the way, guys, I think this thing's going to come in at $600. I know a lot of people are like, no, that's crazy, Enrique. There's no way that this thing's going to come in at $600. But let me tell you something. This device screams premium device. I mean, if you look at the design of the console, I mean, it kind of looks like a mini ATX PC console or tower. But it also, it's funny. Like, I've heard people say, "Oh, it looks kind of like a, Amazon or like a dot, like one of those towers, the dot towers that you can get from Amazon." It looks like it's funny, like the design, it looks so good. Like, I love the design of this console because, for a while I felt like consoles kind of looked like toys, if you grew up, playing games as long as I have. Consoles never really took the shape or form of like devices that adults would engage with or use, or devices that were meant to be displayed under your TV, and now we have, what's up, Salty? Salty says, I've been saying $600 forever. Dude, I agree with you, man. I did not agree with that $600 at first. I remember Gaming Forte saying, oh, this thing's going to cost $600. I didn't believe that. I didn't think that, it was going to be $600. But looking at the design, looking at the specs, 12 teraflops, I think it's using Navi RDNA 2. Um, I mean, this thing it's gonna do ray tracing, and if you looked at, like Phil said, this is in game, this is in engine. Senua Saga. Uh, I mean, holy shit. I mean, that game looked awesome. Yeah, Salty, I agree with you, man. I think it's going to be $5.99, man. I think the Lockhart's going to come in about 400. I think that puts PlayStation 5 kind of in that middle of the pack, the sweet spot. But Hazard Man. I mean, nothing against the Xbox Sex, as I call it. I abbreviate it to Sex because it's sexy looking, and it's abbreviated for Series X. So, um, yeah, Salty, I think you're right, man. Like a two SKU approach. I mean, look, I think $600. I mean, you had that two SKU approach. You saying, hey, this is for the enthusiasts. This the Xbox Sex is for the enthusiasts. It's not for, the casual, gamer. Yeah, that's going to be the Lockhart. And so Microsoft has said, hey, you know what, Sony, you are not going to beat us this gen in the power narrative off the bat. You're not going to beat us in pricing off the bat. So we're going to do two things. We're going to release two SKUs. We're going to have the Xbox Sex or Series X at a whopping 12 teraflops of power for $600. And then we're going to offer you, and I presume that the Lockhart's going to be the Xbox Series S. I think they're going to keep the X and the S, but they're going to be calling them the series of X and Series S. I'd be surprised if they didn't call the Lockhart Series S, but Silver Raven Moon says, horrible name. Why can't they use numbers? Xbox 4 sounds better. Well, Silver, I mean, they can't use numbers because they never have. They didn't do what Sony did. They didn't come out with PlayStation and PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. They came out with Xbox and then 360 and then Xbox One. And now the Xbox Series X. But, I mean, I think the design is just, it's a simplistic design, but it's stylish. Stylish in the sense that it's clean, and you can put this thing under your TV, and it fits there. It doesn't look like a toy. And again, I say toy because if you've been playing console gaming as long as I have, consoles didn't really fit, I think, in terms of fitting within what you would have in your entertainment center, And I think Microsoft has done a great job with the design of this console. I mean, it screams premium device, simplistic. It looks similar to what you might see with, some of these companion, these companion towers like the Amazon or the Dot, with Alexa. It looks high end. It looks like it could complement your 4K TV, your Denon receiver, whatever receiver you have. I say Denon because I have one. And look, this thing is going to be a powerhouse. And I think to what Salty's saying, they said the official article from Xbox is that it's going to be the fastest, most powerful console in history. They didn't say the history of Xbox, just history. They're shooting their shot. Yeah, I agree. Salty. Dude, if this thing came out at $700, shit, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a premium device. This is a premium device. This is what people wanted. People for a long time wanted Xbox to make the most powerful console. They wanted to take back the power narrative. I didn't, because I didn't give a fuck about that. I just care about the games. I still do. That's another conversation. And by the way, guys, I'm going to be on Crossfire in about an hour or so. So definitely want to check out Crossfire tonight. It's Mooch's channel. But I want to do, again, a quick rant. One Bad Mother says it doesn't look like a toy. What's up, OBM? OBM said they made it look like a PC to make it sexy to PC Master Race. Dude, OBM, it looks like a sexy tower. Minus the RGB, neon lights, and it looks like a PC. And I said that the form factor of this console looks like a PC. It's funny, I said that earlier. There are people like, oh, consoles are like PCs, Enrique. Yeah, no shit, I know that. What I'm saying is, though, is that the form factor of it is why I said Xbox Series X is a PC. It was kind of a joke tweet, but sometimes people take things very seriously. But OBM, to your point, man, like it does not look like a toy, and that's the thing I love about this device. It screams adult. It screams like, hey, this is a premium device that I would have next to my premium electronics devices. Make no mistake about it, guys. This console is for the enthusiasts, for the hardcore. What's up, Sean? Sean says Sony's going to come in strong. I don't have any doubt about it that Sony's going to bring out the guns. I mean, there's no look. Sony's in this to win this. I don't have any doubt in my mind, Sean, that Sony's going to, swing for the fences here, and I expect Sony to put out a quality product. But, I think back to Hasselman, like what I was saying to you, Hasselman, earlier. Is that I don't plan on buying an Xbox Sex unless I don't know, unless my kids want one, but even that I doubt they will. I would probably get them a Lockhart or something like that. They have my Xbox One X now. I gave it to them, so they're playing on that. But I if it's $600, I'm just gonna take that $600, add it to my PC fund, and I have full plan. I'm gonna upgrade my PC. Make a more powerful build than I have now. I got like a mid-tier. I got a 2070 RTX right now and an AMD 2700X CPU. But I'm gonna build a bigger. I'm going to actually probably go a little bit more balls out with my PC build in 2 years. I plan on getting another PC in 2021. So I'm gonna ride this one out for another year. Probably give this one to my one of my kids. Probably my oldest son. I give it to my 10-year-old. Give him this gaming computer because he does some games on Steam that aren't as demanding as some of the big AAA games that I play. But anyhow, Sean says, answer this one question, Mr. Enrique. What is PS5? What if PS5 is more powerful? If PS5 is more powerful, I'm still buying it, even if it's $600. But if it's more powerful, I mean, shit, great. I mean, look, it's. To me, it's you know what? I think one thing I'll say is this. I think whatever console you own next gen, you're going to see good games. The games are going to be a generational leap than a big generational leap from this gen. I mean, I don't think there's any argument there. It's just going to happen. And, I think whether you own the Xbox X or you own the PlayStation 5, you're going to have great experiences. If the PS5 is more powerful than it is, if Sony comes out and puts out a more powerful console, I can't say I would be shocked because, look, they are in this to win it. I mean, this is Sony's baby. I mean, I don't see them not putting an A+ effort into this. So, Salty's Game says, I have a lot of PC Master Race dudes comment on my video today saying the Xbox Series X is getting them to consider console gaming. I mean, yeah, I could see that. Again, I'm not there yet because, I can still get Xbox first party, games day and date on my PC, and xCloud is coming to PC, and I have Game Pass on PC, which isn't as good as the console version of Game Pass. I'll say that. And I understand why some games are not, on Game Pass, because it deals with like Epic and Steam and all that other stuff. But Sean says, I want your shock when both machines are 500. He says, let's say a bird has flown close to the sun. That's all I'll say. Oh, man. Sean, come on. Dude. So, Sean, are you saying that these consoles are going to be $500? Dude, if these consoles are $500, holy shit. Holy shit. If the Xbox Series X is $500 for that kind of performance, that is a steal. A steal. And I wonder what that would do to the GPU market. D Dino actually brings that up in the live chat. It's interesting. Who knows? Who knows? It's fascinating. If what you're saying is true, Sean. Now Sean is saying, Sean, please DM me, please. I'd love to know where you heard this, the $500. But just DM me, by the way. You don't have to say it here in the chat. You can just DM me. Eddie T says new GPUs coming out mid next year for AMD and Nvidia. Yeah, I'm really interested to see. I'm interested to see how the AMD cards are going to hold up compared to what Nvidia has planned. Should be interesting. But I just look, guys. I think this console is, again, love the design. It's hella powerful, and Senua's Saga, it just looked, I mean, wow. I mean, that just blew my mind away when I saw that trailer. The facial animations, I mean, just holy shit. Just blown away. Now, a couple things regarding the controller for the Xbox X. It's actually backwards compatible. Yeah, you can actually use your current Xbox One S or Xbox One X controllers with the Xbox X. But you can also use the Xbox One or the Xbox X controllers on the older consoles, which is kind of cool, I think. And finally, we get the share button on the Xbox controller. I think that's something that fans have been asking for a long time. Sean, I'll check DMs here shortly, but I don't know. You know what? Now that I think about it, if it's $500, I know I said I wasn't going to buy an Xbox X, but if it's $500 and those games are performing better than on my PC, I might have to go buy an Xbox X. I'm not going to lie. I might have to buy one and then until I upgrade my PC. I'm not going to even lie. That would just be me lying, guys. I don't have any plans though to buy the console, but if this thing just blows the doors off my PC, and if it's $500, I might have to buy one. I'm not gonna lie. I might like. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Never say never, right? Hazard, if they can get a few AAA third-party games to launch on Game Pass with it'll be interesting. Yeah, that's a thing with Game Pass. I mean, there's that rumor of Cyberpunk 2077 potentially coming to Game Pass. If that drops, that's huge. They could. That right there, you talk about kicking down doors. You talk about appealing to that casual fan base, that casual market that makes up about 90% of the gaming market. Microsoft starts doing that. Look, Sony's gonna have to rethink their plan on PlayStation now. They're gonna have to, I think. Kaiop 901 wants to know my PC specs. I have a NVIDIA RTX 2070, and my CPU is an AMD Ryzen 2700X. I have an SSD and a 3 terabyte hard drive. I also have an external 500 gig SSD as well, but those are my specs. Oh, my internal SSD is only like 250 gigs. Not very big, and I have a G-Sync 144p monitor, or 1440p monitor, 144 megahertz refresh rate. So those are my specs, Keyop 901. But the one thing that's cool about the controller, so we got the share button on the controller, and actually the Sex controller. Yeah, Sean says both consoles beat your PC easily. Yes, I get that. But I think I'll be able to manage. I'll probably be playing games on lower settings than I'm playing right now. Right now, most of the games I'm playing are on ultra high settings. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. And I know that's going to be toned down. You got to remember, I'm also on a 1440p monitor, so I don't have to worry about 4K. Hazardman says it's time to upgrade to 2080 Ti. Uh, nah, man, I'm not gonna upgrade to a 2080 Ti because honestly, I just want to wait. Like I'm gonna wait until excuse me. Oh well, actually, Hazardman Keyop 901 says otherwise. Now, Keyop 901, are you a PC gamer? I'm just wondering. Keyop says PC specs will do fine. SSD and RAM are getting cheaper. Plus, you have G-Sync, and yeah, I have 16 gigs of RAM. I'm going to upgrade that to 32 gigs of RAM, so I can do that. Um, so and I'll probably update my internal SSD. There's a Samsung one out there. It's fast as fuck that I'm looking at. I'm not going to upgrade that just yet, but that's on my list. But Keyup 901, I do have a G-Sync monitor, 144 megahertz refresh rate. But Keyup 901, I'm just interested if you are a PC gamer and if you could explain. Because again, I don't know. Again, I'm not like a developer. I'm not like super like tech savvy when it comes to PC gaming. I'm fairly new to this, so I know my PC's decent, but obviously I don't have a 2080 Ti. But if you could if you could kind of just chime in and let me know why you think my PC will be fine. So I'd appreciate it. So the controller is actually interesting. The design of the controller for the Xbox X is actually a smaller design, slightly smaller than the current Xbox One controllers. And the reason they did that, they found that Microsoft puts out surveys, but they have about a 95%, I guess, approval rating on the comfortability of the current controls that Microsoft has. With this redesign, making it a little bit smaller, is probably maybe closer to a DualShock 4. They found out that the comfortability, the rating went up to like 98% approval. So I always I gotta say, I always thought the current Xbox controllers were a big step over the 360, and I expect the same from Microsoft with with the Xbox X controllers. And I gotta say, hats off to Microsoft. I mean, they've gotten really good with some of the designs of their products. I mean, if you look at the Surface tablets, you look at this particular Xbox Series X console. The designs are just great. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of, even though it's a simplistic design, but how appealing it is. I mean, it just looks like a high end product. I mean, that's just the best way I think I can explain it. The SSD hazard, man, is no joke. I mean, there's like no loading times in games, man. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm playing Sekiro. By the way, congratulations to From Software winning Game of the Year at the Game Awards last night. But I'm playing Sekiro at 60 frames locked on ultra settings, and that game doesn't bat an eye on my PC, and it runs so smooth. The controls are so responsive. And I played it on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One X, and I can tell you guys, it is a night and day experience on PC. The responsiveness it's amazing. Like I'm barely tapping the left bumper and I'm blocking. Like and I remember I used to have to like use muscles and shit. You have to like hold down the LB button to block when I was playing on the consoles. I mean, it wasn't as responsive. And here it is, and I'm locked at 60 frames. I mean, I'm monitoring my frames per second while I'm playing this. It does not bat an eye. Now, I mean, granted, Sekiro is not graphically intensive, but I tell you what, guys, that game it plays night and day. The best way to experience Sekiro is on PC, hands down. Keyup91 says, hell yeah, I mainly game on PC. These console dudes don't know tech. I will be getting a PS5 in 2021. Only some exclusives, which is a bummer. One Bad Mother says Series X will form factor makes it work nicely next to a PC monitor. I'm leaning towards gaming on a monitor more. often due to input lag. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing with Sekiro, which you just mentioned. But, that's another great point, OBM. I mean, this thing, and I remember Saltiest Gaming said this, that, he had PC dudes in his live chat saying that, they're looking at the Xbox Sex now, maybe not necessarily gaming on PC as much. And that's a great point. I mean, Microsoft is, obviously I think going after that PC gamer too with xCloud and Game Pass coming to PC, or Game Pass is on PC already, but xCloud coming to PC. The Xbox controller sync with your Bluetooth on your PC. I use the Xbox controller to game on PC, which I love. That's a great point. I mean, you can now put this thing. It could be a compliment too if you want. If you wanted to, you could put this on your desk, hook it up to your PC monitor, and just game away. Hasn't been gaming on PC monitor since 2013. Not going back to TV, but to find a great monitor, sometimes cheaper to buy 4K TV. I spent about $450 on my monitor. Like I said, it has the G Sync. It's a 1440p. I don't care as much about 4K on PC monitor because I'm sitting so close, to the monitor anyway. And when you look at like the graphical settings being on high, I mean, just the level of detail, I don't even think about resolution at that point. But so we have a holiday release of 2020 for the Sex, and so it's going to be interesting. I think I think everyone's, I guess $600 for pricing. I know Ashan in the live chat has said $500 for both PS5 and the Xbox Sex. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. That's going to be interesting. It's okay. So this is rumor. So just looking at my DM here, according to an insider on Reset Era, we will find out PlayStation 5 in February, which I've known, most people have known sometimes there's going to be an event in February of next year. But apparently PlayStation 5 will be slightly more powerful than the Xbox One or Xbox X. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting if that rumor pans out. But I got to be honest with you, even if the PlayStation 5 is not as strong or as powerful, if it's 10.5 teraflops at 12, honestly, guys, I don't think it's going to be that huge of a gap. You look at Ghost of Tsushima, which I thought looked great. That's on, current, PlayStation 4 architecture and hardware, and that game looks phenomenal. I mean, just imagine Sony's first party and the talent they have. Imagine what they can do with next generation hardware. So I'm not worried about that. We got Al the House, the Alcoholocaust, my man. The drunk dude. What is going on, Al? It is so good to see you in the live chat, my man. So good to see you, Al. I have been sleeping on PC gaming, sir, and I know you talked a lot about PC gaming. And I just want to say thank you, Al. It took me a long time, but I'm here. Salty says power is measured in different ways. That's true. So Al, what do you think, man? Al, am I? Let me ask Al, because you do a lot of PC gaming, Al. Do I need to upgrade my PC to a 2080 Ti already? Is the Sex blowing my PC out of the water now? I have my RTX 2070. Cop 91 says CPU 8-core 16 threads will finally be utilized better now. Next gen consoles are coming out. Devs will finally, and I mean finally, work on multi-core. Kiop 901 says your GPU has ray tracing tech. Yes, it has ray tracing tech. VSR, great for next gen games in terms of saving performance. DX12 features not yet implemented. Dude, actually, Kiop 901, that's true. That one of the I think knocks against the RTX cards was there were certain features that NVIDIA has in those cards that aren't even being utilized today, if I'm not mistaken. So that is a great point. And I do have ray tracing. I did play Metro Exodus with ray tracing on, and I mean, and actually the last Call of Duty with ray tracing on. It's interesting. I mean, the ray tracing looked good, but I can't say I was like, oh my god, this is so amazing. It looked good, but I can't say I was completely blown away by it. So, all right. So Sean is saying $500. What do you, let me ask you guys, everyone in the live chat, what do you guys think the Xbox X is going to be sold for? Is it going to be $500, $600? Captain Thug Nasty, what's going on? Says Brap, considering that we now know that the Series X looks like, is it realistic to consider that the dev kits for these consoles are out in the wild and devs have been saying the PS5 is faster? I mean, I know that there is a developer that makes games, Western style RPGs with their character models, their faces look like ham. They have dev kits. All right, Alcoholic says, need a 2080 Ti. Nah. The best thing about next gen, both PS5 and Series X, is 8-core Zen 2 CPUs. Developers developing on that as a baseline is massive for the industry. Also 500, 600 for both. So Al, let me ask you something, Al. With my 27 RTX and my 2700X Ryzen CPU, am I okay for the time being? Or do you recommend that I upgrade sooner than later? The other interesting thing is, and I'll say this, it's interesting. Like I've seen people say, oh, it's not a big deal to have multiple SKUs. No one's going to be confused by this. Cell phones have multiple SKUs. Microwaves have multiple SKUs. Laptops have multiple SKUs. Condoms have multiple SKUs. TVs have multiple SKUs. Deodorant has multiple SKUs. Did I say condoms have multiple SKUs? Because they have multiple SKUs too. Alcoholic says yes, I'm fine. So Al, with like Senua's Saga, the game that they showed for the Xbox X, I'm going to be able to run that on my PC just fine. Then Al, is what you're saying. Salty says, I have a i7 8700K CPU. All right. So the topic of marketing, like how it's having multiple SKUs, kind of confusing to people. Look, I don't think it's definitely not confusing to us. I mean, like obviously we're all here in a gaming podcast, so we're probably very much in the know with all things in the related to the gaming industry. So we really can't we can't really take how we would look at SKUs and how involved we are with the industry and apply that to the general consumer or the casual consumer. Kiep901 says, you're fine. You're fine, brother, with your PC. As a PC gamer, we need next-gen console tech so the devs properly optimize games on API like DX12 and Vulkan. That's a good point, man. Yeah, I mean, Killmonger Ultra. That's kind of why I'm not getting the an X and another Xbox because I don't need to because I can get the games on PC, and that's not a bad thing. It's just an option I have. And I'm getting the PlayStation 5 because I can't play Sony exclusives on PC. If I could, I wouldn't buy a PlayStation 5 to be honest with you. I'd consolidate everything on my PC. That would be my wish. One bad mother says, Enrique, I think the GPU difference will matter in terms of the level of lighting and resolution you're going for. That's it. You only want to upgrade to get full ray tracing. And again, I don't have to worry about 4K in terms of resolution because I don't have a 4K monitor. So, there's this kind of conversation going about, are people going to be getting confused? And, I saw someone on Twitter say, well, the average Joe is going to walk into Target and say, I want to buy an Xbox. And the Xbox or the Target employee is going to say, do you want the new version, the old version? They're going to say, I want the new version. Well, that's not entirely true. That might happen. But that totally, and this was actually a real tweet, but that also just totally ignores the other questions that the casual consumer might add. And it's not always that simple, guys. Everyone talks about, Samsung's phones have multiple SKUs. It's not confusion. Well, those products are a little more tangible. Guys, they are products that are more tangible than others. For example, when you walk in, you see an S Plus, an S9, and an S Plus 9. You can look at that phone and see the difference. And what difference am I referring to? The screen size. A tangible difference. You don't need to take it home and plug it in, pop in a game to see the differences, to understand the difference in performance. You look at the screen. Oh, the screen's bigger. The phone feels bigger. Those are tangible things that you can touch, things that you can see to make a judgment or to understand the difference between the two devices. So it's not an apples to apples thing. I see this going around a lot. And if you think it's so easy for the casual consumer, you guys remember a console called the Wii U? One of the issues that the Wii U had, people didn't know that it was a standalone console outside of the Wii. Some people thought that the Wii U was an add-on peripheral device to the Wii. They didn't know that the Wii U was a new console. That was part of the problem with the Wii U. So it's not always as simple as I think we think it is because, obviously we're in the know. But when your when Grandma Joe goes to Best Buy and she's like, "Hey, I want to buy an Xbox." And the Best Buy rep says, "Okay, well, we got the Xbox One S, we have the Xbox One X, we have the Xbox Series X, we have the Xbox Series S." Grandma Joe's going to be like, what the fuck? Okay, well, what? Do they play games? Yes, they both play games. Do they all play the same games? Well, one console might be able to play games better than the other. By the way, Grandma Joe, do you have a 4K TV? No, I don't. I have a 1080 TV. Well, then you might not want to look at the Series X. Well, how much is the Series X? It's $500. Well, how much is the S? The S is $250. Do you see what's going on here? Grandma Joe wants to go to Best Buy, buy her son Alcoholicos or grandson Alcoholicos. Al, I'm going to use you as the example grandson here. She wants to buy her grandson Al an Xbox, and she wants to go in to Best Buy, pick up the box, and get the hell out. That's what she wants to do. She doesn't want a dissertation on a game console. She doesn't want the breakdown in terms of frames per second and teraflops, because frankly, Grandma Joe doesn't know what a fuck a teraflop is. She hates using cell phones. In her mind, Facebook is the devil. Al says, developers making stuff on highly optimized mid to high-end PC hardware is probably going to Be better for the interim starting next gen than having to worry about if your PC is strong enough so developers will utilize again that. Better for... Oh, he said that twice. PC strong enough so developers will utilize again that PC CPUs and PC high-end GPUs will always be better than consoles no matter how you cut it. Thank you, Al. So basically what you're saying, Al, is I'm okay for the time being. I can wait 2 years to upgrade my PC is what you're saying, Al. So, yes, grandson Al better educate grandma when he's getting a lock card for Christmas. No, he might get an Xbox One S. And so that's the thing. This is what I'm saying. I mean, everyone makes it sound so simplistic, but consoles are different beasts. Consoles aren't cell phone. You can't look... Now, you can look at the Xbox Sex and say, well, I mean, it looks different than the Xbox One X. But now you have the issue of the X. My only complaint is that they're still keeping the X in the play here. And I think for Microsoft, I think they should, when they market the Xbox Series X, or the Sex as I call it, they just need to market that and not make any reference or mention of any of the other consoles. I think they do that, it's going to be too confusing. And I know I get a lot of pushback for saying that, but I mean, look, guys, it does. I mean, these aren't tangible devices. You can't look at the X and say, oh, the X's screen looks bigger, like you can with the Samsung S9, the Samsung S9 Plus. Or if you can't, you can't look at the Note and say, oh, well, the Note has a stylus pen, the S9 doesn't. Those are tangible things. Differences you could see without having to take the thing home and plug it in. OBJ Dedon says, Series definitely gives the idea of multiple versions to me. I mean, that's what they're going to do. And I think that's why the lock card's going to be the Xbox Series S. My only thing is that the X and the S are too close to the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X. So when the casual consumer comes in and is asking questions, and again, they're not schooled. Everyone assumes that casual, oh, well, they go there by cell phones, so they know how to figure out. Look, let me tell you something. Buying condoms isn't as straightforward as you might think it is. You have ribbed. You had ribbed for his and her pleasure. You have, extra sensitive or whatever it is. So it simulates the real feeling. You have lubricant with spermicide. You have ones that have like a vibrating tip or something for her pleasure. I don't know. There's a fucking lot of different condoms out there. A lot of condom iterations out there. And that shit's not always straightforward. Look, I bought condoms before a 42-year-old man. And I would look at the box. I'm like, what the fuck? Rib for his? Okay, that's ribbed. That's lambskin. Okay. I have to fucking ask the pharmacist. And that's a condom. That's a latex thing you put on the end of your penis so you don't get someone pregnant, you don't catch an STD. That should be simple purchase, but it's not always. So what I'm saying is these are electronic devices. These are new pieces of hardware, new pieces of tech. New games will be played on these consoles. You got to believe that, there's certain games that probably won't play as well on the Sex, or they'll play very well on the Sex, but might not play as well as on the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X. And so that's something you got to explain to the casual consumer. Grandma Joe comes in, she's going to be like, oh, wait, 4 consoles. Do they play the same games? Yes, but some might not play those games as well as others. What does that mean? And then there's a whole explanation of that. Do you have a 4K TV? No, I don't. Well, then maybe you don't look at the Xbox One X. But they're all backwards compatible. What does that mean? Oh, and then there's Game Pass. Wait, so I got to pay $300 now, and then I got to pay $14 a month? Well, no, you can get it for $1 for 3 months. Well, okay, so there's a lot of things that are going into this, and it's not as easy as people say. And I use the Wii U again as the most recent example of how the casual consumer can get confused. They're not like us, guys. They're not like us. And I keep seeing people saying that. Oh, they'll figure it out. It's easy. Well, it's easy for us because we know. Al says, yes, I'm fine. Thank you, Al. Al says, my grandmother is out of the family if she gets me an Xbox One S. That's funny, man. Dr. Strax, I don't even know how to reply to that, man. Mods Gaming says Microsoft will have to phase out Xbox One X once next gen consoles drop. But Mods, I mean, they say that, you know, no console left behind. See, and this is where I'm confused with. And please, guys, if my Phil has said anything differently recently, please let me know. My understanding is that no console left behind, according to Phil. Toko says, hey, bro, try shopping for iPads. There's Pro Air Max, 8 generations. Shit is insane. Hey, but Toko, so apparently that's easy. Multiple SKUs everywhere. It's not hard. Guys, I need to wrap up this rant, but I just wanted to talk about the Xbox sex real quick. I do need to hop off of this Brad rant because I'm going to be joining Crossfire with Mooch and the boys here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to head over there, I'll be on Crossfire. We'll be talking about the Xbox sex, and we'll be talking about the Game Awards. One Bad Mother says, no console left behind doesn't mean leaving X on store shelves. Well, if that's the case, you're not going to sell them anymore. Why support them? I mean, that's why, if you're not making money off I don't know. That's just me. I mean, who knows? There's smarter people at Microsoft than me. I'm not there making the decisions. But to me, it just, I mean, if you're going to not sell them, why support them? Mod says, Phil talks about game support for these old consoles, which I don't agree with, guys. I am a total cut. Let's start fresh. Let's utilize and let's focus on the new hardware. That's just me. That's me. Maybe because I'm old school. I've been doing this for, gaming for 40-something years. Woman says, moral of the story, don't let your grandma buy your Xbox console. But come on. Not even just grandma, but, mom and dads out there for the holiday next year are going to see this. Oh, but wait. Then they see the PlayStation 5. The PS5. But what's the PS5 is newer, different than the PlayStation 4. You know that by looking at the number. It's the newer version. So what does a PS5 do, Mr. Best Buy guy? Oh, well, it plays all the new PS5 games. And it plays old PS4 games. Are there any other versions of the PlayStation 5? Nope, that's it. Sometimes less is more. And I'm not going to say that, multiple SKUs is going to kill the Xbox. I'm not going to say that. I think it's ultimately up to Microsoft to figure out how to market this. But if I was them, I would just not even market or talk about the X or the S. I would only talk about the Series X and Series S, and that's it. That's all I would talk about if I was Microsoft. And then there's xCloud. Presumably you won't need a console to play games. Anyhow, guys. All right. Again, I'm excited by the reveal of the Xbox X. Again, I think it's a great looking console. I think it's really cool. I mean, clearly Microsoft has put a lot of passion behind this. I'm actually glad that Microsoft has sort of in my opinion, this has not been a great generation for them. The Switch, I think, just passed Microsoft worldwide in terms of sales. I at the end of the day, though, it comes down to games. I hope that the first party acquisitions that they made deliver the goods. And I say that not because I want Microsoft to win and beat Sony. No, because it benefits all of us as gamers. Competition's always good. So on that note, guys, I am out. Big shout out. Hey, big shout out to everyone who joined us in the live chat. I want to give a special shout out to my man Alcoholicaust, because I haven't seen him on the live chat in a while. Al actually used to be a panel member of BRAP when we first started out. Al, always great to see you, man. I miss shooting the shit with you, bro, and talking video games. But again, big shout out to everyone in the live chat, guys. I really appreciate you coming out to hang out with me. It means a lot. It really does, because we're not BRAP isn't a console centric podcast. And I know that most people tend to look for that, and we're not. And so I really appreciate you guys coming out to hang out with us and, chatting in the live chat. It's always a great, positive chat. AP Cool J says, I hope little Johnny doesn't want a gaming laptop. Grandma's fucked. That's true, man. Grandma's going to have some major issues if little Johnny wants a gaming laptop. That's too funny, man. Mods, man, great seeing you, bro. We got to get you back on the show, by the way. Tokos1, dude, good seeing you, man. Haven't seen you in the live chat in a long time. Appreciate it, man. Max Solano, what's going on, man? Some of the new faces that I've seen. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Keyup901, I think I haven't seen you in the live chat before, but thank you, man, for coming by. Anyone I missed, if you're new to BRAP, hit that like button, subscribe. I really appreciate the support, guys. I really do. It means a lot. And everyone will be back next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a regular BRAP. And if you're interested, head over to Mooch's channel for Crossfire. I'm going to be on Crossfire, which starts in about 15 minutes. So on that note, I got to go, guys. Take care. See you next time. Peace.